Once upon a time, in a peaceful mountain village, there lived an old man named Harun. He wasn't rich, nor was he powerful. But he was known by everyone as the gentle water carrier, the man who brought water from the river to the village every day, no matter the season. Harun's job was simple. Every morning at sunrise, he would carry a long wooden yoke across his shoulders, with two large clay pots hanging on either end. He'd walk a long path down the hill to the river, fill up the pots, and then make the long, steep journey back home. One of the pots was perfect, smooth, symmetrical, and without a scratch. It proudly held every drop of water from the river all the way back to the house. The other pot was cracked. There was a thin, jagged crack along its side, just large enough to let water drip out, one slow drop at a time. By the time Harun returned to the village, that pot was only half full. The cracked pot had been like this for years. And though it never said a word, it carried a heavy heart. Every day, it watched the perfect pot shine in the sun, proud of its work. Every day, the cracked pot felt shame, guilt, and failure. One morning, as Harun kneeled by the river, filling both pots, the cracked pot finally spoke. "I don't mean to be ungrateful," it said quietly, "but I'm tired of this, of failing you." Harun looked up, surprised. "What do you mean?" "For years," the pot said, "I've spilled your water. I've made you work harder. I give you less than what you ask. I'm broken. You should replace me." Harun smiled. Not a mocking smile, but a knowing one. "Ah," he said, "you finally noticed. You're right. You do leak. But tomorrow, as we walk home, I want you to pay close attention. Look carefully at the side of the path, your side." The cracked pot was confused, but it agreed. The next morning, as the sun rose over the misty hills, Harun began his usual walk home, pots full. The cracked pot, instead of staring down in shame, looked around. And what it saw made it stop, almost stunned. Along its side of the path, the ground was blooming. Vibrant wildflowers of all colors covered the slope, yellows, purples, reds, and blues dancing in the breeze. Bees buzzed lazily, butterflies floated above, and a soft fragrance filled the air. On the other side of the path, the perfect pot's side, the ground was dry, bare, dusty. The cracked pot didn't say anything until they reached home. "The flowers," it whispered, "they're beautiful." Harun gently set the pots down and looked at the cracked one kindly. "Yes, they are, and you watered them." He walked over to a small table by the doorway. On it sat several small vases, each filled with the same colorful flowers. "I knew about your crack from the beginning," Harun said. "So I planted flower seeds along your side of the path. Every day, as you leaked, you gave them life. Because of you, the path bloomed. Because of you, I bring flowers to the village. You may not be perfect, but you've done something the perfect pot never could." The cracked pot was silent. Not because it was ashamed, but because it was overwhelmed, for the first time, not by failure, but by purpose. And so, the cracked pot finally understood that even with its flaws, it had a purpose, one that brought beauty to the path every day without even knowing it. Sometimes, what we see as weakness or failure is actually the very thing that makes us valuable in someone else's life. Remember, our cracks don't make us broken, they make us unique. They tell a story, and sometimes, those very cracks help flowers grow. So if you ever feel like you're not enough, think of the cracked pot, and know that you might be making a difference in ways you can't even see. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share it with someone who needs a little encouragement, and subscribe for more inspiring stories like this. See you next time, and until then, stay kind, stay hopeful, and never underestimate your worth.